patchy moderate heat at dusk across the Bay Area and Central Coast Thursday and Friday. Localized elevated fire weather threats starting today through the weekend across the higher elevations. The extended forecast for the Bay Area and Central Coast, Saturday and Saturday night, partly cloudy. Areas of fog after midnight. Highs 55 to 90. Lows 50 to 60. Sunday and Sunday night, partly cloudy. Patchy fog after midnight. Highs 55 to 90. Lows 50 to 65. Monday and Monday night, partly cloudy. Patchy fog after midnight. Highs 55 to 90. Lows 50 to 65. Tuesday and Tuesday night, partly cloudy. Patchy fog after midnight. Highs 55 to 90. Lows 50 to 60. Wednesday and Wednesday night, partly cloudy. Highs 55 to 85. Lows 50 to 60. Sunrise, sunset, and tidal information for the San Francisco Bay Area for Wednesday, July 9. The sunrise today, 5:56 a.m. The sunset tonight, 8:33 p.m. Tidal data at the Golden Gate for today. Low tide, 5:33 a.m. at -057 feet. High tide, 01:02 p.m. at 4.53 feet. Low tide, 4:59 p.m. at 3.44 feet. High tide, 10:59 p.m. at 6.28 feet. Here are the buoy observations for 10 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. At offshore, buoy 59 winds west at 6 knots, water temperatures 63, pressure 1026.1 millibars. At Point Arena buoy, winds north 10 knots, water temperature 57, pressure 1022.0 millibars, seas 3 feet, every 15 seconds. At Point Reyes wave rider buoy, water temperature 55, seas 3 feet, every 17 seconds. At San Francisco Bar buoy, water temperature 58, seas 3 feet, every 14 seconds. At San Francisco buoy, winds northwest 10 knots, water temperature 56, pressure 1021.9 millibars, seas 3 feet, every 14 seconds. At Lovers Point wave rider buoy in Monterey Bay, water temperature 58, seas 1 foot, every 17 seconds. At Point Sur, wave rider buoy, water temperature 54, seas 4 feet, every 14 seconds. At Cape San Martin buoy, winds north at 17 knots, gusting to 21, pressure 1019.2 millibars, swell 4 feet, every 8 seconds. Here are the buoy observations for 11 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. At offshore buoy 59 winds northwest at 6 knots, water temperature 63, pressure 1026.2 millibars. At buoy 14 near Point Arena, winds north at 10 knots, water temperature 57, pressure 1022.0 millibars. At San Francisco Bar buoy, water temperature 58, seas 3 feet, every 14 seconds. At San Francisco buoy, winds northwest at 12 knots, water temperature 55, pressure 1022.0 millibars. At Lovers Point wave rider buoy in winds at knots, water temperature 58, swell 1 foot. At Point Sur, wave rider buoy, water temperature 54, seas 4 feet, every 14 seconds. At Cape San Martin buoy, winds northwest at 17 knots, gusting to 21, pressure 1019.3 millibars. Here are the coastal observations for 10 a.m. Wind speed is in knots. The wind at Montero Beach was northwest at 5 with gusts to 9. Synopsis for the Central California coast and bays, including the Monterey Bay, Greater Farallones, and Cordell Bank National Marine Sanctuaries, as the gradient between high pressure in the East Pacific and lower pressure over the Intermountain West increases, fresh to strong northwest winds will develop through the afternoon and evening. These winds will maintain strength through Thursday, building rough seas in the exposed waters. The marine forecast for San Pablo Bay, Suisun Bay, the West Delta, and the San Francisco Bay north of the Bay Bridge. For today, southwest wind 5 to 10 knots. For tonight, southwest wind 5 to 10 knots. For Thursday, southwest wind 5 to 10 knots. The marine forecast for Monterey Bay. For today, northwest wind around 5 knots, backing to west 10 to 15 knots. Seas around 2 feet or less, then around 3 feet this afternoon. Wave detail, west 2 feet at 8 seconds and southwest 2 feet at 14 seconds. Patchy fog early this morning. A slight chance of very light drizzle this morning. For tonight, northwest wind 5 to 10 knots, easing to around 5 knots after midnight. Seas 3 to 4 feet. Wave detail, northwest 3 feet at 5 seconds and south 2 feet at 13 seconds. For Thursday, northwest wind around 5 knots, backing to west in the afternoon. Seas 3 to 4 feet. Wave detail, northwest 4 feet at 9 seconds. Patchy fog in the morning. The coastal waters forecast from Pigeon Point to Point Pinos out to 10 nautical miles. For today, northwest wind around 5 knots, rising to 10 to 15 knots. Seas 3 to 4 feet. Wave detail, northwest 3 feet at 7 seconds and south 2 feet at 14 seconds. For tonight, northwest wind 10 to 15 knots, easing to 5 to 10 knots after midnight. Seas 3 to 5 feet. Wave detail, northwest 4 feet at 5 seconds and south 2 feet at 13 seconds. For Thursday, northwest wind 5 to 10 knots. Seas 4 to 6 feet. Wave detail, northwest 5 feet at 8 seconds. San Francisco bar forecast. In the deep water channel, mixed seas of 3 to 4 feet at 17 seconds. Across the bar, mixed seas 4 to 5 feet at 17 seconds. Maximum ebb current of 1.0 knots at 4:40 p.m. Wednesday and 3.0 knots at 04:01 a.m. Thursday. The area forecast for the peninsula, North Bay, and East Bay. For the rest of today, partly cloudy early in the afternoon, then becoming mostly sunny. Highs in the lower 60s at the coast of the mid-80s inland. West winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. For tonight, mostly clear. Lows from the 40s to upper 50s. Southwest winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. And on Thursday, mostly sunny in the morning, then becoming sunny. Highs in the lower 70s at the coast to the mid-90s inland. Southwest winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. For the Thursday night, mostly clear. Lows from the upper 40s to lower 60s. Southwest winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. For Friday, partly cloudy in the morning, then becoming sunny. Highs around 70 at the coast to the mid-90s inland. Southwest winds 5 to 10 miles per hour, and on Friday night, mostly clear. Lows in the 50s Saturday and Saturday night, mostly clear. Highs from the upper 60s to lower 80s, lows from the 40s to upper 50s for the Sunday. Partly cloudy in the morning, then becoming mostly sunny. Highs from the mid-60s to lower 80s for Sunday night, mostly clear until midnight, then becoming partly cloudy. Lows in the 50s, and on Monday, partly cloudy in the morning, then becoming mostly sunny. Highs from the mid-60s to lower 80s for the Monday night, mostly clear until midnight, then becoming partly cloudy. Lows in the 50s for Tuesday, partly cloudy in the morning, then becoming mostly sunny. Signals are used to activate specially designed receivers when warnings or selected watches are issued for potentially dangerous weather situations. Tests of these receivers are normally conducted each Wednesday between the hours of 11 a.m. and 12 noon. If any warnings or watches are in effect, or threatening weather is possible, the test will be postponed until the first regular broadcast cycle.
There we go. That took longer than usual. It is 11:08. So yeah, normally it comes around like 11. The earliest it's been is like 11 right on the dot. But what's interesting is last Wednesday I was listening on a app for this, and there was a ton of skips, which you heard at around 11 o'clock. It was going like, it was like skipping a little bit. So I don't know if that's a bug. I don't know if they know about it. So maybe we'll write them an email. But that is today's test. I hope you enjoyed. It's been about 11 minutes, and I will see you guys next Wednesday.